This world is full of unsolved...
I am pleased to confirm that these are indeed the individuals who stole from Komori Tea House. I didn't expect you to catch them so quickly, especially with no new leads to explore. In accordance with the rules, now that we have procured an oral confession from the treasure hoarders and verified the list of stolen items, we can now return the box to you. Here, please take it.
Thank goodness. Well, let me think. The contents of the box don't belong here. They belong on Watatsumi Island. So, let's head there now and open it. One, two, three. Yes, it looks like they're all here. Some personal items that once belonged to the troops under my command. Water bottles, towels, knee guards. Just everyday items, but each one bears the handwritten name of its former owner. These were the only things those soldiers had for their families to remember them by. We all knew going into that battle that the odds of survival were slim. Many of the soldiers came to me and said they wanted to leave something behind as a keepsake for their loved ones. You see, their swords and polearms broke in battle. Their damaged armor wouldn't have been easy to carry. And many of them couldn't write very well, so they couldn't even leave a letter. In the end, all they could leave to their families were these ordinary items. Artifacts of their daily lives. My soldiers trusted me, but I failed to lead them to victory that day. Then they trusted me with these, and instead of honoring their last wishes right away, I had to hastily bury them in the sand. Every time something like this happens, I tell myself that by the next time I'm faced with the same situation, I have to be stronger. Yeah. But right now, let me just mourn them for a little while longer. There was definitely something strange about the way she looked at me in the end there. Could she be plotting something? Sorry that you had to see that. The real reason I'm here at Yae Publishing House is to buy some books for Her Excellency. Since Watatsumi Island signed a peace treaty with the shogunate, we've had much closer contact than we did before. I also wanted to come and see what things are like in an area ruled by the shogunate. I've interacted with her a few times before, but I can't say I've ever gotten used to it. I've never been good at dealing with people like her. The way she towers over me and speaks so cryptically. Something about her is strangely intimidating. I could probably deal with her in battle, but I don't know where to start when I run into her in normal life. I guess this is a weakness of mine. Really? That would be great! To be honest, this is something that's always worried me. If the soldiers ever saw me in this kind of embarrassing situation, they'd be very disappointed. So, I have to overcome it, for their sake. As soon as I've worked through this, let's go take on Yae Miko again. First things first, though. Do you have any ideas on where to begin? I see. So if you pretend to be someone like her, I can keep practicing on you. If I can get the better of you, then I'll be able to hold my own when similar situations come up in the future. Good plan. Let's see. Where should we start? Now that you mention it, I remember having a similar experience back on Watatsumi Island. I was with my subordinates at the time. We ran into a merchant, I got caught up talking to them, and I don't quite know what happened, but I ended up buying a lot of things from them. I think we can give it a try. There's an island called Rito nearby. Why don't we go there? I heard all the Outlander merchants are based there, so it might help to create the right atmosphere.
Fingers crossed he...
So this is Rito. Although it looks slightly gloomy, it feels very peaceful here. I don't see any Tenryou Commission soldiers roaming the streets. What a nice place. Okay, let's get started. I'll be me, and you be a shrewd and savvy businesswoman. Hi! Hi! So, a lot of the soldiers have been complaining about a shortage of blankets recently. So, 10 blankets, please? Okay, I'll settle the check right away. The price seems pretty cheap to me, in which case, no need to haggle, right? I think that's still not too bad. Is that supposed to be really expensive? I'm sorry. In the past, Her Excellency has always handled procurement of military supplies. I don't know the specific prices of these items, so I never really know how to respond. This won't get us anywhere. I have to haggle to give you the chance to use your wily tricks on me. What do we do now? Something I'm more interested in? Maybe, cake? That's so expensive. I know what a fair price is when it comes to cake. Wait a sec. If you think about this from another angle, a cake that costs 100,000 more per slice must be so much better than a regular cake. Oh, let me see. I've been saving up recently. I think I should have enough. So, there isn't really a kind of cake that costs 100,000 more per slice? What a shame. I feel like role-playing as a vendor is a little outside our area of expertise. What kind of person do we both see regularly enough to impersonate convincingly? Fatui? Then it looks like a trip into the wild is in order. Let's go give it a try. I've dealt with Fatui before, but I always end up against those big, stocky guys who are much taller than me. I'm sure I must train just as hard as they do every day, but somehow I still don't have the muscles to show for it. Maybe I'll start to see the results in a few more years. Really? That's very kind. But still, I think that I should aim to look more muscular than my subordinates at the very least. I know that people's trust in me has nothing to do with my size, but if I were taller and bulkier, they'd be able to identify me from behind more easily when charging into battle. That way, our forces wouldn't scatter so easily. As long as I was on the field, they'd be able to follow me. But enough of that. Let's get back to it. Who are you going to roleplay as this time? I smell danger! Really? Huh. For a moment there, I could have sworn the actual Fatui were right here. No, wait! Behind you! It wasn't my imagination! They really are here! Prepare to engage! Fall in! Follow my lead!
Let's move. That's to work.
Here you are. A process of elimination.
Over here.
Time for retribution! Must counterattack!
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Let me amuse myself a little.
Rally!
The more, the merrier. Look at me. Just once more.
You need to hurry up! This was well done!
Charge!
Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt. No time to lose.
Killjoy! We've only just begun!
Time for retribution! Here you are. Defract.
Miscalculated!
Pull in! Press the advantage!
Bellowing thunder! Flicker.
Finally, so quiet. The loneliness of death.
It's all fun and games until the real Fatui show up, huh? That little interruption has really ruined the mood for me. Let's not do any more Fatui impressions for today. It seems in poor taste after the trouble they caused in Watatsumi Island anyway. Do we have any other options? What do you mean? Isn't this moving a little too fast? Her Excellency advocates slow and steady progress in all things, and cautions against trying to advance too quickly. To clarify, it's not that I'm scared. It's just that I don't know if the time is right. I guess you're right. Thanks for your encouragement. It's not like me to shy away from a challenge like this. Let's do it! Time for a make-or-break training exercise!
Wait. Huh? No. Whatever. There have been many poorly written applications lately. I guess I'll just have to reject them all. Wait. Huh? No. Whatever. The scribe's work is simple, which is exactly why I took the position. Wait. Huh? No.
And we're back. Don't worry, my head's in the game this time. I am a high-ranking military officer of Watatsumi Island and the General of the Resistance. Whatever tricks you've got up your sleeve, you're not going to get to me. So bring it on! This feels like... Yes, it definitely feels like... no, not even slightly. It's not that you do a bad impression of her, more like something is missing. I finally realized it when you were talking to me just now. I think that maybe what I'm really afraid of is her knowing smile and her piercing gaze. It just makes me feel like all my secrets have nowhere to hide, like she can just peer in and see them. But it's different with you. I trust you, so I don't feel I need to hide my secrets in the first place. Even when you're imitating the way she speaks, I don't feel afraid. Because we fought side by side in the past, and I know I don't have to have my guard up around you. But it also means that this training won't work. I just have to accept that this is a weakness of mine, as much as it pains me to do so. The thought of having to live with this weakness forever is frustrating. Are you serious? I'd love that. I haven't eaten anything sweet in a long time. Off we go. Let's go buy some cake. All right. The next step is to find somewhere nice and quiet. This is so good. It's certainly a rarity in the camp. It's seen as a luxury item in the ranks of the Resistance. We have special meals on occasion, but even then, it usually means meat and wine, not dessert. So, thank you for treating me to some cake. The only downside with Narukami Island's pastries is that they're such exquisite things, you can't just chow down on them. But, as Her Excellency says, a general needs to show patience and restraint. Wow, don't mind if I do. That's so sweet. There was definitely... Sorry that you... Since Watatsu... I also wanted to come and see what things... I've never been... I could probably... Okay, what... Actually, back when we were fighting the show, the odds were stacked again. I went back to... That box is very important to me. I have to get it back from the Adventurers Guild. Would you mind coming along? Thank you so much. There was definitely... Sorry that you... Since Watatsumi... I also wanted to come and see what things... I've never been... I could probably Really? To be honest, so... As soon as I've worked... First... Good plan. Start by studying some... But where would I go to learn about this? I wouldn't know anyone on Narukami Island. Oh, let's go back to Watatsumi Island and ask around there. I feel more at ease on Watatsumi Island. I had an idea on the way here. Many of my army comrades are older than me, and I'm sure that handling this kind of situation must be second nature to them by now. So I thought we could go ask them for advice. But I can't just go to them and say, hey, I'm no good at this. So instead, I'm going to go with a cover story, that I'm asking for a friend.
I see. So, you're saying that your friend, sorry, is having some trouble with a certain someone who has an intense personality?
Yes. So I'm here on my friend's behalf to ask you for advice on a coping strategy.
Based on my experience, the easiest way to deal with people like that is just go through the motions. Well, you see, General Gorous, General Gorous' friend, I mean, always listens intently when other people are talking, and takes them very seriously. No matter who the other person is, General Gorous' friend treats them all equally, which, don't get me wrong, is something I admire very much. But the other side of the coin is that it makes General Gorous' friend very susceptible to falling for the other party's verbal traps and being led by the nose. If something like that is bothering you, your best bet is simply to not give the other party your full, undivided attention. Don't hang on their every word, and when they ask a difficult question, just gloss over it.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. So that's how it's done.
Well, it's something to try. Whether it'll actually work in this case is a different question. Going through the motions is a skill that everyone has to get the hang of as they get older. I'm guessing General Gorous' friend is on the younger side.
Well, on my friend's behalf, thank you for your advice.
Don't mention it. Oh, yes, I heard that Miwa from Sangonomiya Shrine is also in the area. Why don't you ask her for advice, too? She's supposed to be good with interpersonal stuff. It can't hurt to get another perspective.
Makes sense. All right, let's see what Miwa has to say. Most people who wish to have an audience with Her Excellency usually start by presenting their name cards and official documents to Miwa, who then passes them along. So I'm sure Miwa has lots of experience dealing with all kinds of people. Hopefully, she'll have some good ideas.
General Gorous, and the captain of Swordfish too. What are you doing here?
We wanted to ask you about something.
I see. So General Gorous' friend wants to overcome his weakness, right?
That's right. Do you have any advice?
Let me think. My advice would be to hide what you are really thinking. Cast your minds back. Why do you think Yae Miko was able to tease General Gorous' friend, and not the other way around? It's because she always has that same smile on her face, so no one ever knows what she's really thinking. She's already won the battle right from the start. If General Gorous' friend wants to go head-on with her, he must at least learn to do as she does, to conceal the workings of his mind.
You make so much sense. So what you're saying is, my friend just needs to keep his cool, and she won't have the chance to take advantage of him.
Exactly. Many things look complicated on the surface, but often, all it comes down to is who loses their cool first.
Wonderful. You have my gratitude. I'm sure with your approach, that friend of mine will be able to overcome his weakness.
Then I wish General Gorous' friend a great victory.
Well, I'm slowly starting to gain confidence. Oh, I suddenly remembered. Her Excellency updated her general operational directives recently. Who knows? There may be some useful suggestions in there too. Let's go take a look, just to be thorough. Her Excellency handed me the general operational directives in 3 parts, and I think this is where I placed them. Let's see. Deployment and mobilization, logistics, conflict resolution, dealing with Outlander merchants. Aha! Got it! How to avoid awkward social situations. Well, that's Her Excellency for you. She thinks of everything, doesn't she? Socializing is as important as a decisive battle. Know yourself and your enemy to succeed. Boy, if even Her Excellency treats this so seriously, then we'd really better be careful. What I take from this is it's not enough just to learn some general countermeasures. We need specific knowledge of Yae Miko's individual weaknesses to achieve ultimate victory. But how do we figure her out? Yae Publishing House. Makes sense. Since she goes there often, perhaps we can find some telling details about her there. Let's go and investigate. Should I record this
Greetings. Here to buy some books? We just got a new batch of light novels in. Oh, these ones are all the rage at the moment. I must say that Lady Guji has a keen eye for a good book. Almost everyone she picks is a bestseller. Apparently, the rumor goes that if you can impress Lady Guji with your writing, you're just one small step away from becoming the next big author. Yes. Well, first we screen all manuscripts, filter out the bad ones, and write synopses for the rest. Then we send those to Lady Guji for final approval.
So, you have close dealings with Guji Yae. What sort of person is she?
Well, for starters, she's a very busy person. Whenever she visits the Yae Publishing House, she never stays for long. So, actually, we don't know a whole lot about her. Still, she seems very invested in Yae Publishing House. And on occasion, she'll share some of her promotional strategies with us. Take That's Life magazine, for example. When we first started running it, sales were very poor. The return was barely covering costs, and for a while, it was on the verge of being axed. But the fans weren't happy about the prospect of their favorite magazine being discontinued. They kept writing in, begging us to keep it going. So in the end, Lady Guji stepped in and drew up a new marketing plan. Next thing you know, sales are through the roof.
That's life. Wait, isn't that... Nothing. It just reminded me of something unrelated. I didn't realize Yae Miko personally handled the marketing for Yae Publishing House. Yet more proof of her unparalleled skill in reading people's minds. Anyway, thank you very much. Is there anything more you can tell me about Guji Yae?
No, that's all. Look, I'm not sure what your plan is here, but I caution you against trying to second-guess Lady Guji. Just my opinion, but she's the most mysterious person I've ever met.
You think she's mysterious too? I guess we can forget about getting any insights this way then. Actually, you said that this batch of light novels was hand-picked by her, right? Maybe we could take a brief look. Perhaps we can get some inspiration from them.
Sure. If you're interested, I recommend this book. I've been to other worlds, but I've never tasted defeat. The protagonist doesn't have any particularly exciting abilities, but never fails to defeat strong opponents. It's all thanks to their wealth of experience and cunning strategies.
Cunning strategies. In that sense, it sounds similar to Her Excellency Sangonomiya.
Oh, there's an iconic line in this book that people quite like. One who relinquishes nothing also gains nothing. If you want to win when you're at a disadvantage, a little sacrifice is probably going to be necessary.
Thank you for the valuable advice. Well, one more string to our strategic bow. Although I didn't learn much about my enemy, I've still learned a lot from everyone. It's time to put these theories to the test. Let's go to Yae Miko's lair, the Grand Narukami Shrine.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
Surely it'd be more interesting for the protagonist to the characters to start time here.
The new book from Yae Publishing House is out. Come take a look.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
So this is the Grand Narukami Shrine. It's the first time I've been to this place.
Hello there. You look like you have something weighing on your mind. Would you like to draw a fortune slip? The Grand Narukami Shrine's fortune slips have always been very accurate.
I've heard that the generals of the past used to employ all sorts of divination techniques to find out their fortune before a battle. I'm not in the habit of it, but since the opportunity's come up, I'd like to give it a try. Let's draw one together. Let's see what we've drawn. Oh no, it's misfortune. This is a bad sign. The road ahead is going to be a dangerous one. You're right. When I think about it, I'm a general of Watatsumi Island. I shouldn't let some Narukami Island fortune slip hold me back. Onward! Any second now, we'll be face to face with her. Don't worry, all our hard work is definitely going to pay off. She can forget about teasing me this time.
Oh? You arrived a little later than expected. Did you run into some trouble along the way? But of course. That's why I'm here waiting for you.
So what if you knew we were coming? This time, we won't get caught off guard. We're here to...
Slow down. No need to rush. Let me guess. In the past, I used to have many believers coming to see me at the shrine every day, and most of them came for the same reason. Especially those who came in pairs. 9 times out of 10, they were here seeking to know their future fate, hoping that it would be a lifetime together. If you're interested, I'd be quite happy to do a reading for you two.
Together for a lifetime? Remember what Shuhei said? We mustn't pay too much attention to what she says. Otherwise, we may be fooled by her cunning words.
Now that I think about it, perhaps I never needed to recommend that store to you in the first place. You can just leave all your fur grooming to your little friend here. Imagine him holding your tail in one hand, combing it gently with the other.
Uh-oh, not good. My mind is already full of mental images. I'll have to resort to the method Miwa taught us.
By the way, there's really no point in trying to hide the way you feel. You might be able to remain stony-faced if you really try, but with your tail swishing behind you, it tells everything.
What?
Then again, you know what? Most people only pay attention to your tail, but those soft, pointy ears are really just as fascinating.
There's only one method left. A cunning strategy that no one saw coming. This is going to hurt me almost as much as it hurts my opponent. But there's no other way. I think the real reason you know me so well is that you're just like me. Just like me, you hug your tail when you go to sleep. And just like me, you daydream about someone else grooming your tail for you.
I see. You decided to admit your feelings in an effort to bring me down with you. Not bad. I suppose this is a step forward for you. But I'm afraid I don't have a tail at all.
No! Retreat! Retreat! Fighting on is futile. Better to conserve resources for the next confrontation. We're out of here! When I get back, I'm going to train harder than I've ever trained before. I won't lose to her again!
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Talk to the Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
What? Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Electro Archon whenever you are troubled.
There was definitely something strange about the way she... Sorry that you... Since Watatsumi, I also wanted to come and see what the... I've never been... I could probably deal... Really? In that case, I still have some business to take care of with the Yae Publishing House. They run a monthly magazine called That's Life, which has an advice column. Readers write in about their problems, and I'm responsible for responding to them. I'm not quite sure why they chose me, but it's my job now, and I can't give it up just like that. Yae Miko just handed me the latest batch of readers' letters. Let's find a place to write the replies, then pack them up and send them back to Yae Publishing House. Huh. This place looks nice and quiet. Why don't we write the replies here? The sooner I get them finished and handed back to the publisher, the sooner we can go do something else. I just hope I don't have another run-in with, you-know-who at the Yae Publishing House later. Anyway, the writing could take me some time. The questions I receive are often so strange that I have to think long and hard about how to best answer them. Great. Let's write the replies together. I'm actually interested to hear your perspective. Let me see here. Let's start with this one. Today, a new guy came to our village. He was good-looking and had a lovely voice. When I peeked at him from behind the door, I felt my cheeks getting hotter, and my heart started beating faster and faster. See, I can tell right away that this is exactly the kind of question I'm no good at dealing with. The letter seems to be from a young lady, which is not a demographic where I can offer much expertise. What's your take? Well, I don't know what it's like to be in love, but if you say so, I think it makes sense. I'll reply like this then. It's likely that the feelings you're experiencing right now won't occur many times in your life. I urge you to summon the courage to seize this opportunity and see where it takes you, no matter where that may be. What? Really? But that's how it is in battle, too. Opportunities to seize victory are fleeting. When they arise, you have to capitalize on them right away. I imagine it's the same in love. That's my suggestion, anyway. Come on, let's read the next letter. My neighbor is always borrowing money from me, but never seems to be able to pay me back on time. I have tried subtly raising the issue in conversation several times, but he always finds a way to dodge my questions. He was kind to me when I was young. I don't want to make things ugly, but the money issue bothers me a lot. Please help me. If this is a dispute between neighbors, it must be settled as soon as possible. It's like when conflict arises between generals in the army. The proper policy is to resolve it without delay. The most important thing in military regulations is fairness. It is only right to pay back a debt. I want to suggest that the writer demands their money back in no uncertain terms. Do you think that makes sense? That makes sense too. Giving the neighbor an ultimatum would likely harm the relationship between them. But the letter also makes it clear that no matter how many hints the writer gives him, the neighbor won't return the money. In that case, how about we reply like this? Why not ask to borrow some money from your neighbor? Any sum he agrees to lend you can be used to offset the amount he owes. Even if he refuses to lend to you, at least by asking to borrow from him, you are sending him the message that your own financial position is far from optimal, and he will be unlikely to ask you for money again in the near future. I don't know, but it's worth a try. The most important thing is to muster the courage to resist and not give the other person the impression that you're someone they can take advantage of. And we're done with that letter. The next one seems longer. Let me see. Hello, I was born on Narukami Island and now I'm a soldier in the Resistance. So, this is from one of my troops? Most likely, but I'm not sure who. Before passing any reader's letters on to me, Yai Publishing House has their staff copy each one by hand and redact all names in the process. So I can't be sure who exactly this is. Anyway, let's keep reading. I couldn't turn a blind eye to the Vision Hunt decree, and my anger drove me to join the resistance. My comrades and I have fought side by side, and I have formed deep friendships with them. Since we achieved our goal and the war came to an end, I have remained on Watatsumi Island. But this is not my hometown, and I often find myself dreaming of the cherry blossoms falling on Narukami Island. I now don't know whether to stay here or return home. The resistance has treated me well, and I've long been disillusioned by the shogunate, but my hometown tugs constantly at my heartstrings. How should I reply to him? Let me think about it. To be blunt, I obviously don't want any soldiers under my command to leave. But if making them stay causes them pain, how are my actions any different from the Vision Hunt decree? I suppose I'll reply... Narukami Island has changed. You should go back and visit. That should do it. I'll be okay. Come on, let's finish the rest of the letters. Thanks to you, writing the responses went very smoothly this time. Let's go and deliver them to the Yai Publishing House, shall we?
Figured as much. My brother was getting a little bit annoyed by hearing Gorous' voice.
Ah, great. That's
You know,
all
can
the
only hear
replies
from
for this
one
round
ear.
accounted for. Thank you for all your hard work, Mr. Goro.
Think nothing of it. I agreed to help, so it's only right that I do the best I can. Could I trouble you to come back to Watatsumi Island with me? I want to find that soldier. Not to persuade them to stay, I don't want them to leave without saying goodbye. Kazuha once told me that the bonds between people whose paths have crossed can never be broken, even after they part ways. But maybe I'm scared he might be wrong. People can change quickly, and I worry that the next time I meet my comrade, who fought so bravely alongside me, there will already be some distance between us. Great! Then let's head off whenever you're ready.
Back to Watsutsumi Island. Oh. Hey, stop. Stop. She don't want you.
General Goro, and Captain of Swordfish too. General Captain, are you here to inspect the camp?
Not this time. I just thought I'd come by to catch up while everyone has some downtime.
Certainly, General Goro. Anything you want to discuss, we'll share whatever we know. But we haven't been out of the camp lately, so we don't have a whole lot of interesting stories.
Actually, I've had something on my mind and wanted to ask everyone's thoughts on the matter. You see, after the war, Her Excellency streamlined the army and a lot of people were transferred to other duties. Do you still have much contact with each other?
To be honest, not much. We're so busy even with just trading and patrolling that it's almost impossible to squeeze in the time to meet up. We have holidays, but we usually use them to go home and spend time with our nearest and dearest, and besides, everyone's vacations come at different times, and our schedules rarely overlap.
Yeah, I'm busy when they're free, and they're busy when I'm free. Anyway, even if we did manage to meet up, what then? We all do different jobs now, and we all have new friends who aren't mutually acquainted. I'm not sure what we'd talk about.
So that's really how it goes, huh? I know. It's okay. It just seems a pity, that's all.
You know, having said all that, there's something else that I've always felt about this.
Really?
Yes. I feel that no matter how long we're apart, and no matter what we might go through in the meantime, all of us will be straight back here if Watatsumi Island is ever in danger. Even if we've all changed beyond recognition, we can always trust that we've got each other's backs. And that's one thing that's never gonna change.
We're your troops, General Goro. You trained us, you took us into battle, and led the way as we charged against the enemy. Even if we seldom keep in contact now, we are still brothers in arms. If you say the word, we will all pick up our weapons again at a moment's notice. Long live the resistance!
This is funny.
Yes, that's the way it should be. Long live the resistance!
Aww.
I won't disturb you any further. You guys keep training hard. Regarding everything else, I'm sure it'll all be fine.
Ah, General Goro, you're here. I believe Hiroaki's been hoping to catch you. He's been waiting at the camp for a long time, but never saw you return. Are you planning to head back to camp later? If you're busy, I can go and let him know so he's not waiting there in vain.
Tell him I'll be right over. I know what I have to do now. Come with me. Let's head to the camp. Denjiro is right.
Oh, he's walking off.
No matter what changes the future may bring, we will always have each other's backs. Sure, there may be some awkward silences when we meet again after a long time, but in no time at all, we'd be the best of friends again.
Oops, sorry, ma'am. Ooh, a book.
General Goro around.
This is the dude
General
we talked
Goro, I would like to request permission to leave the Resistance, sir.
Oh, so it was
I know
nice.
this may seem very abrupt, and in fact, I've only just made the decision.
It's all right.
Back then, I had so much hatred for the Vision Hunt decree, and so much disappointment in Narukami Island for supporting it. But after the war ended, I wanted to go back and visit, but I still couldn't make up my mind. Thanks to Miss Hina's encouragement, I was finally able to find the courage to talk to you about it. Of course, if you disapprove, I'll obey your orders. I am your subordinate, after all.
Miss Hina? Who's that?
It's a long story.
Forget it. Never mind her. I approve your application to leave the Resistance.
General Goro,
Come on, don't look so down. It's not like we're never going to see each other again. If you ever have the time, you should come back and visit Watatsumi Island. There's no need to limit yourself to a specific place. Just do what you want to do. No matter where we are, we will always be comrades.
Yes, General.
Yay. Aww.
I'll take my leave then. Take care of yourself, General Goro.
Take care. That was okay. Or should I say, it was for the best. This is how it should be. It should leave you with a smile on your face. Just like this.
Wow, he left fast. Is that the last one? It said like 4 out of 5, but I didn't see the other one. What is this one? Where does it split? Oh, behind the letters.
Huh. This place looks nice and quiet. Why don't we write the replies here? The sooner I get them finished and handed back to the publisher, the sooner we can go do something else. I just hope I don't have another run-in with, you-know-who at the Yae publishing house later. Anyway, the writing could take me some time. The questions I receive are often so strange that I have to think long and hard about how to best answer them.
And then this one.
Ah, you want to scout ahead? Yeah, that works. This way, if Yae Miko's lying in wait for me there, I can avoid her. But stay sharp, okay? She is a force to be reckoned with. You must be sure to tread carefully. If you spot her, get yourselves back here right away, and we'll run for our lives. I mean, we'll make a strategic retreat. Anyway, I'm counting on you.
All right, everyone, settle down. We are gathered here today, united by a common purpose. Now, who can tell me what they think that might be?
Well, of course it's to tell the whole world about how wonderful Miss Hina is!
An excellent answer! How gentle she is, how understanding she is, how delightfully mischievous she can be, on occasion. we can all testify to the great joy that Miss Hina has brought to our lives. But my friends, there are so many people out there in this world who still need Miss Hina's salvation. We can help by spreading the good news about Miss Hina to every soul in the world.
My friend, do you have a moment to talk about Miss Hina?
Never heard of her.
Friends, I found one! Someone needs our help!
Oh,
Shh, calm your voice down. We don't want to scare him off. Hello, my friend. On this joyous day, we would like to open our hearts to you and tell you about the existence of a perfect being. She is gentle, kind, understanding. She is the brightest star in our sky. Here, have this pamphlet.
So, what do you think?
Oh! What's this?
Oh, my apologies. In my excitement, I forgot to give you all the details. Have you ever come across a magazine called That's Life, published by the Yae Publishing House? It's a monthly magazine featuring, amongst other things, an advice column. We were among the first readers to send in letters seeking advice, and we've received kind and gentle replies to each one. Although the editor chose to conceal her name, gender, and other details, we all see her as an emphatic older sister figure and feel convinced that she must be the same sort of person in real life.
There's no mistaking it.
Oh,
Just
no.
from her letters, I can feel that she respects me, trusts me. She has a natural ability to connect with people. She's
Why
so
is he, like-
considerate. She can always sense our true emotions from our letters and never fails to deliver the advice and the encouragement we need. Except when it comes to the topic of romantic love. She's clearly not an expert there. But even then, that just makes her all the more endearing to us.
Recently, the column went through a low period where it just wasn't popular at all. In fact, they almost axed it. Fortunately, Yae Publishing House made the decision to publicize her image, and then the column finally started to grow in popularity.
So Miss Hina
That's right!
is-
Miss Hina is the person in charge of That's Life magazine's advice column. She is the one we all admire and adore so greatly. And so, when we heard that Yae Publishing House would be revealing the official likeness of Miss Hina today, we immediately came here from wherever we were, all over the nation, to gather together and to witness this grand moment in history. Please, gaze upon the radiant beauty of Miss Hina. See how truly lovely she is.
Gorous, you've been womanized. More like sexualized, actually. Gorous, it's important.
Oh, hey, there you are. Is, you know who at Yae Publishing House? Whew, that's good.
What's up, Gorous?
I just finished writing my replies, so I was about to head to Yae Publishing House and hand them in.
Why are you helping to write them for
Why?
them?
I guess it's because I can help people this way. Also, the editor said to me, this is something that only you are capable of. They made quite a solemn request when they first approached me, so I felt like I couldn't refuse it. But once I'd settled into it, I found myself really enjoying it. Before I knew it, I had written hundreds of replies, and sometimes they'd respond again just to thank me. It made me so happy whenever they'd compliment me. Every time I think about that terrifying woman, I feel like I want nothing to do with Yae Publishing House. But then, whenever I think about how my replies can help so many people, I feel a sense of responsibility. By this point, I'm so used to it that I'd probably find it hard to adjust if I ever gave it up. Well, I don't quite know what's going on, but I'd like to get these letters delivered quickly while you-know-who isn't around. I'm really looking forward to the readers' reactions when they receive my letters. In the army, people are always a little reserved when talking to me, because I'm a general. But those obstacles are removed when you're communicating via letters. Everyone who writes seems to treat me like that one friend who they can share anything and everything with. so I'm not about to let them down. Let's head over. But Yae Publishing House isn't far from here, if I remember correctly. Let's just head there together. Besides, this way, if, you know who does show up, we can look out for each other. Let's go!
Oh god. This is not gonna end very well. They're like, wait a second. It looks like the photo. But it's a male? It's General Gorous? Oh shit.
Strange. It seems unusually lively here today. I don't come here often. Is it like this most of the time? Hey, there seems to be some commotion over there. Let's check it out.
No.
Allow me to reiterate, my friends. We in the Miss Hina fan club must abide by the club rules. Firstly, we mustn't try and probe into Miss Hina's true identity. We of all people cannot cause her any trouble. Secondly, fans of Miss Hina are not to make any controversial statements when representing the fan club. We must exercise self-discipline and present a good image in front of other people. Thirdly, while our mission is to promote Miss Hina in every way possible, if someone we're talking to says they're not interested, we are to respect that, and not go forcing it down their throats. And finally, we are here today because Miss Hina has brought us together, but we are also here to change ourselves for the better, for her sake. Can we do that, people? Can we do that? Yes, we can!
Always make her proud and never bring her down.
There is 3 people here.
So this is what they call a fan club. I don't know whose fan club it is, but they are raring to go. Reminds me of the rallying speeches we used to give before going into battle.
Yeah.
Something's up, isn't it? I can tell. You're avoiding my gaze. Did something happen? It's not her, is it?
Excuse me, friend.
Oh, God.
Something about you looks awfully similar to Miss Hina. I see. Well, one way or another, fate has brought you here. Have you ever heard of Miss Hina?
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Well, now's as good a time as any for you to find out more. Miss Hina is gentle, kind, and considerate. You can tell her anything that is bothering you, and she will patiently advise you on how to deal with it.
Oh, well, she sounds like a very pleasant person to be around.
Oh god.
She must be the polar opposite of Yae Miko, right?
But he's the spitting image of Miss Hina. I wonder if they're blood relatives.
Shh! Have you forgotten? We may not pry into Miss Hina's identity.
At least let's take a photo with them.
Friend, may we take a photo with you? We borrowed a camera specifically to witness the official unveiling of Miss Hina's image today.
Sure, that's fine. Why do they want to take a picture with me? All right, sure. That should do it. Right, I should really be heading to the Yae Publishing House to hand in those letters now.
We're at it!
Make way, everyone! Make way! The Miss Hina billboard is here. Please, make some space. Coming through.
Hey, everybody! It's the real Miss Hina! Miss Hina! Miss Hina!
Now I'm curious too. Let's go over and take a look.
You can't.
Why? Really? Then we can't stay. Let's get out of here. As curious as I am to see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah, deliver it next time. Yay! And I completed Gorous' drawing too. Neat. Yay! Who should we do next? What? How have I not unlocked Kaya's? go to side use. Alright, let me change the thingy real quick.
Just